The color of a monitor changes or shifts with age and use and environmental conditions. So to keep our monitors tuned up for accurate color, we need to profile them with any one of a number of monitor profiling kits. These kits are a combination of hardware and software and are usually very easy to use. We recommend the Monaco Optics XR series and the Graytag i1 series of profiling tools. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get a good monitor profiler, by the way. The only one to stay away from is the one that sounds like a crawly little bug. Yeah, it's just not up to professional standards, and we consider it to be more of an amateur grade tool. Once you get your monitor profiling kit, follow the instructions that come with it and stick to these 6 tips for great monitor profiles. Tip number 1, make sure your monitor warms up. Turn it on. Make sure that it's been on for 20, 30, maybe even 40 minutes. That gives the monitor a chance to stabilize and it will give you a very nice profile. Tip number 2, use a gray desktop. Select any color of gray that you like to for the desktop. Don't use a picture or a pattern. This will allow your monitor to warm up very even. We call it linearly because gray is equal amounts of red, green, and blue, so all the red, green, and blue components of your monitor will warm up at the same time. Tip number 3, use Gamma 2.2. I know, Macintosh folks, that's okay. Macintosh and the Apple folks say that native gamma for monitors should be 1.8. Well, they're wrong. The rest of the world is 2.2. When you take a look at the contrast specs for gammas inside both the sRGB and the Adobe RGB color space, you'll find out that they're actually built on a gamma or contrast of 2.2. Your monitor needs to be profiled at Gamma 2.2 whether you're a PC or a Macintosh person in order to get great screen to print match. Tip number 4, use D65 or 6500K for your white point. Remember we talked about Gamma 2.2 being in the spec for both sRGB and Adobe RGB? So is the white point. 6500K is actually neutral white when it comes to any pixels that are inside sRGB and Adobe RGB. So we want you to profile your monitor at those same color temperature points. So adjust your monitor so it's at either D65 or 6500K for your white point, and that's where you're going to profile it to. Tip number 5, profile your monitor every 3 months if you have an LCD, and every 4 to 6 weeks if you have a CRT. Now, as your CRT monitor, the big tube types, get older, they may actually need to be profiled, every other week or maybe even every week. That's a sign that your CRT is about to kind of poop out. So, prepare to spend the big bucks on a good LCD monitor. And tip number 6, remember, not all monitors are created equal.